Welcome to the Mario era, chapter 144.
144 di Mario. It's Mario. Hey, welcome to Manny Week.
Hey,
It's Manny Week.
oh,
How you guys doing?
I'm doing fine, Deshaun. It's us
Deshaun.
and FIU and Manny this week.
And Manny.
Hey, and Manny. Happy Whiskey
It's
Wednesday.
us and
to all those that
FIU
are
and
listening.
Duke.
Here we go.
This game scare anybody else?
Yes,
No.
I picked us to lose this game.
Okay,
Yeah, you
you
did.
picked us to lose a lot of games, but I'm here's why I'm worried about this week.
We're getting right into it. Okay.
It's not. Yeah, I just want to say this off the bat, and then we can move on to our daily lives. If there was somebody who was going to bleep this all up, it would be Manny Diaz. I mean, it's the perfect worst possible scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think I picked it in the preseason?
Anyway,
How do you look at this
how's your week,
schedule?
boys?
How do you look at
that?
You started.
No,
How do
no,
you
no.
look at this
No, we're not
schedule?
down a green tree yet. Sorry.
Hey, how do you look at
How's
the
your week?
schedule though preseason and not look at this game and be like, oh?
Well, I didn't think we'd be 8-0 either. Like everything's on the line.
We all,
against
for the
Manny
most
Diaz.
part, we all had 7-1 at this point.
Yeah,
You had us losing to the
actually.
bullies.
No.
Yeah, you had us losing to the Bulls. And
I did.
had us
No, I
losing-
did.
Yes.
And I had us losing to Florida, and we were 7-1. And then this one, Toast just decided to
Toast this would be Toast's second loss. Yes, losing
Yeah.
to Louisville and then Duke.
Louisville, and then
Yeah.
and then Georgia Tech,
And then Georgia Tech because the wheels fell off. Yeah.
Syracuse.
Well, because the Manny effect, the PTSD that you get from
there you
that.
go. There you go. Anyway, sorry to skip the superlatives.
It's all good.
Well, for the Orange Bowl boys, if you paid attention to the account, there was a really, really cool picture. So congratulations to Scoop and his daughter and my daughter, who both were champions yesterday on the same day. So after all these years and years of a friendship, to see your daughter, hold a trophy, and then they both held the trophy up on the same day. So, cool. That was quite a moment. I'm glad we shared it online. Thank you for those who shared us love online, sharing love, and it's just a love fest right now. And I got my whiskey, and I'm feeling good. So
there we go.
Yeah.
Cheers, my man. Yeah,
There
to
we go.
both of you, dads. And also remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's a subscribe and hit the notification there, and you'll make us all very, very happy. Thank you.
Yeah, bing, hit the bell.
Ding, ding. Oh yeah, it does do that. And then when you
does
get a
do that.
notification, it goes ding.
Oh my God. Wow, that was
Johnny on the
loud
spot.
as
That was
hell.
loud. That was loud.
Right.
Yeah. Look at him. You can't see him, but we see him off camera, like tweaking it, tweaking lips.
Yes, I am.
That was a Call of
I
Duty
gotta
jump
go.
scare
I
right
think
there.
I gotta go. I don't
Yeah.
think I can do the rest of the show after that.
Nobody's gonna be going down to Green Tree and
About blew
so
my-
we won't go deaf.
I think we
Great.
should.
Fight 72. All right, hey,
Let's go.
All right. So we definitely we've got an IP this week talking about the FSU game in the state of college football in the state of Florida. But where do you guys want to start, man? Do I let's start with let's go ahead and start with more thoughts about the domination at the Rock on Saturday night. Any thoughts a few days later? Stuff that's kind of settled in, observations that have matured a little bit.
Yeah, well, I think they've matured. They've matured to the fact that they dared you to run the ball and you just dominated the snot out of them. Like the more I watch things and the more I look at the stats and the more I recollect, that game was such a blowout. Like, I don't care what the score was. Like, it was dominated start to finish. Realize the first drive. They ran comebacks. They weren't comebacks. They were just quick curls. Up and just up, down the field, gave it a touchdown. I mean, it took 47 seconds. And it was lights out after that. They had
Mario alluded to it.
8 possessions, scored on 6.
Yeah, and that was their game because Mario alluded to it this week during the press conference series, and he said that we average 12 to 13 drives a game, and we basically FSU's game plan was to keep us to 9. And what matured for me this week was just the moral victory parade that Florida State. Oh, we kept Cam Ward underneath. Yeah, he wasn't able to score a touchdown. You still lost by 21 points. How bad is that? Our
22.
Heisman hopeful quarterback didn't throw a touchdown, and you still got boat raced. It was impressive by the University of Miami. I said it was an NFL ass kicking immediately after the game. As it's progressed, it still was an NFL ass kicking. It was an NFL ass kicking from start to finish. Good job, Miami Hurricanes.
There were a couple of fun stat tweets that went out I wanted to relay to you guys. Miami has run for 219 versus Louisville and 230 versus FSU in the past 2 weeks. Only other times they've rushed for 200 plus versus consecutive P5 opponents in the playoff era, beat Vatek and UNC in 2014 and Vatek and Notre Dame in 2017. Last time they've done it 3 straight was 2013, Georgia Tech, UNC, and Wake Forest. And this is the real stat, bro. Miami's offense has gone 3 and out on 3.3% of drives this season. That is the lowest rate by an FBS offense since at least 2004. 3 of 92 drives have ended with a punt after 3 plays. 2 of those were against UF. 1 3 and out in their last 82 drives. Listen, we're not going to get a punter. Like, no punters are going to want to come here. Like, this is a significant recruiting. How do you recruit against it? How does Mario recruit for this now? Like, bro.
That's phenomenal. That's a phenomenal stat. I literally, all I put, Scooby, I just put wow. That's I legit, when I saw that stat about the third down, I just put wow.
I mean, isn't that wild? One out of the last 82 drives, you said?
Yeah.
It's insanity. I mean, we were the kings of 3 and out for so many years.
You know, the offense is hot. And I'm just going to put this out there now. What better time than the present after Toast just went like full on parade in terms of, you know, superlative stats on the offensive side of the ball. So, you know, somebody's stock is pretty high right at the moment. It's probably the highest his stock is going to be. So let's throw some rice on the party. It's like a marriage. Throw rice. I don't think they do that anymore, right? It was like insensitive to birds. Like it was bloating their stomachs and like pigeons were blowing up. Like you can't throw rice anymore. Is that true?
Blowing up.
Pigeons blowing up.
I believe
Anyways,
that's true.
Yeah, yeah. But Shannon Dawson,
who's going to stop you from throwing rice?
But Shannon Dawson might be the pigeon that's blowing up. You never know.
Listen,
you never know.
If this program is hitting on all cylinders, Mario should have to replace both coordinators every 2 to 3 years.
Absolutely.
So whether that's from within or whatever, like you're going to have to make that move. So get used to it, man. Listen. And Billy Napier has proven all you got to do is you do a couple good years at Rice, you can get then hired by like a Florida, get a massive guaranteed deal, and then you're done.
Yeah, I mean,
think about that's if you are winning championships, that's what happens. If your team is good, that's what happens. Look at Bama and Saban; they had new coordinators every season, and it was just a well-oiled machine, right? Because what's the most important thing in college football? As we know, it's called talent acquisition. And if you have the talent acquisition from the guy who's running the ship and you've built this program, it's not going to matter. You can plug and play. And it's going to happen. It should happen. I hope it happens, or else we suck. So I think we're in a good spot with that. I mean, the great thing that additionally you would ask, what are you thinking of as far as like getting away from the FSU game? The variance, the gap between the high school recruiting and the high school recruits development Mario told you, between Miami and FSU is light years. I mean, there's no comparison between the two. And it's only getting worse. We told you they lost another couple of guys this week. It's Wednesday. They're in the 40s now for the 25 class. I mean, that's putrid, right? And now you do see that Norvell was now the highest possible odds of being the next guy fired.
That's idiotic. That's just
there's no chance. But the talk is there.
So. And then the other thing, I love the Earl Little memes. Those things were hysterical. Those were equally as entertaining as Dwayne Wade's new statue.
My God. I mean, we're not talking about that now, are we?
No, we can talk about that later.
No.
But we should
the Earl Little thing. Was he unconscious there?
he was just close to face planting, and it was the most perfectly timed picture I think I've ever seen in my life.
I've
But
never
the-
seen
the
something better.
Photoshop
But
jobs were
I did
amazing.
hear that he was knocked out and he was like falling unconscious in that photo.
Well, but didn't he get right up? Like they didn't stop.
I don't
the
know.
play after that. That was
I
the
don't
Danny
know.
Martinez touchdown.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Duke's
I don't
coming
recall
into
them
town.
stopping play for an injured player, so I just thought it was funny.
Hysterically funny. I saw it on the account and thought to myself, man, that's good. I don't know who put that out there, but holy cow. I'm glad you did.
So if you haven't paid attention again, and we have been pushing our YouTube, but YouTube yesterday or early this morning, Duke SMU scout team preview, student of the game. So they're coming into town. They listen. I know you picked them previously, Scoop. You're like SMU's going to beat them. They had a chance to win. It was a field goal. SMU had to play leapfrog to do it.
Goal.
Now the game shouldn't have been close. Did you know? SMU 6 turnovers.
Yeah,
Duke
6
had
turnovers.
0.
I know.
They had 3 interceptions and 3 fumbles. And Manny Diaz, your boy, right? Way to screw up a wet dream, because if you turn around and win that game, there's a good chance we're not playing at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Thank you. All you had to do.
All you had
How
to
are
do was
you
make a
gift
field
wrap
goal.
6 turnovers?
The
and
kid
you
missed the first
lose?
one and got the
Well-
second one blocked. I mean, I would
My
just wanted a night game.
Well,
My
but you bring
goodness.
up a good point. So that is what Duke's doing this year. They didn't just do it last week. They've been turning everybody over. They're, I believe, leading the conference in turnovers.
Yeah,
This
in the country, I
defense
think,
that, possibly in I mean, Manny in this defense is aggressive as hell. Tons of negative plays, tons of turnovers. So is this, I mean, I know that a lot of folks are saying talent-wise last week was the toughest defense, but in terms of just playing well this season, I'm pretty sure it's this one coming up.
Listen, the one thing that we know who Manny Diaz is. He's aggressive by DNA, and that's how he lives. He lives by the tackles for loss and dies by tackles for loss. But the one thing that does scare me, there's parts that I'm going to say they're the better defense, but there's parts that I'm going to say no, we've faced better defenses. I keep defaulting all year. I feel like a broken record. The Virginia Tech defensive front was savage, right? And I even think Louisville's defensive front was a little bit more savage too. But Duke's cornerbacks, man, go watch that scout team. They're nasty. They're nasty. They did some stuff that made me as a quarterback. I'm staying up a little bit extra to feel like, what the hell did that just happen? That guy's like in their back pocket. I mean, some of those interceptions were fluke interceptions. Those were by design. So Cam's got to be on alert. They're nasty. They are nasty in the back end. So I think this could be one of the better aggressive attacking cornerback, tandems that we're going to face in the rest of the year. I'm comfortable saying there. Wholesale defense, no. Because I do feel if we're going to be able to exploit them in something, they like to blow up their gaps. They like to blow up their gap integrities. And we think sometimes maybe our linebackers get a little stiff. Ooh, like that dude. Their linebackers, yeah, they're like grandpa after a few Viagras and a whiskey. They're stiff, bro. They're really stiff. They are stiff, stiffies. So there's some things on film that maybe we can exploit.
And look, I think we'll get it to in keys of the game, so I don't want to give too much away, but they're going to make you run the football.
I'm fine with it too.
I'm not upset about that. Let's leave it that.
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And not that we like this, but they do have a dude. They have a peacock too in Atlanta Pigeons. Kashawn Brown, their freshman. He's fast. He's one of those dudes they're going to get him on, similar, but I think they do it a little bit more than we handle Chris Johnson. But it's like one of those dudes that when he's on the field, you got to take notice. Had an easy score, just ran by a nickel defender for SMU. It wasn't even close. They weren't even on the same playing field. So you have to play. It's not going to be one of my keys, but it is something from the scout team. You got to pay attention every time Kashawn Brown, number 14, comes on the field because that kid's fast. That dude's fast. He may run like Hayes, on the field. You hit like shit.
Yeah,
okay?
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Very quickly, join over 5 million fans that are already playing on Underdog with their champs game. You can win money by making entries with your favorite players, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats like passing yards, interceptions, touchdowns, and much more. Underdog is the best place to play champions, so sign up and deposit now using promo code ORANGE to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Download the app today. Use code ORANGE to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, that promo code is ORANGE to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Select higher or lower on your favorite players and cash in on Underdog. We picked up a nice dub last week. Our trifecta went for $25. We picked up 111. That was the UCF and BYU game. This week we're just doing one, everybody. So we're going with the Canes, and it will be a three-way Champions Club bet. Xavier Restrepo higher than a half touchdown receiving touchdown. Damian Martinez higher than 61.5 rushing yards. And Duke wide receiver Jordan Moore lower than a half rushing or receiving touchdown.
Legal.
Must be 18 or older. 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska. 19 or older in Colorado for some games. 21 and older in Massachusetts and Arizona. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
Damn.
Now back to the OBBs.
Damn.
So why should Cane fans not even be remotely worried that this is Butch 2.0 FIU game? Former
Because,
coach coming
you
back
should
and
be
ruining a
remotely
season.
worried.
No, you're
I don't
not.
think it's
No, that's
FIU
not the
or-
question. He's like, what? Because Cam Ward's not going to be high when he plays the football game.
That's a good answer.
Okay.
That's not a bad answer.
It's not a bad answer.
It's not a bad answer.
No. Yeah.
I mean, if we're
Anyway.
keeping a buck.
Yeah.
Cheers.
If you asked it a different way,
I mean, listen, it's just you look at, in my mind at this stage, listen, we're 8-0. It's 4 games left. I'm looking at this. I'm like, all right, you're running the table going in. You are the significant favorite in all 4 of these games. And when I'm looking at all 4 of them, this is the only one that really worries me, just because the storyline, and you can just see the headline the next. Like, we've seen that photo I see that shot of Manny and Butch after the game was over. Right, the look on each of their faces, and I can see that getting duplicated, and I'm terrified. Like that, I have PTSD from that. And that's why this is the one game out of the last 4, regardless of how we're playing, terrifies me.
okay, I understand that. You want me to give a reason why it shouldn't?
Please, because all I have is bourbon to get me through right now.
Okay. Duke's offense is hot garbage. It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Damn.
not good. Duke's offense is not good. Defense, very aggressive, very good. Duke's offense, not good.
To Scoop's point, Duke is 15 out of 17 in ACC in total offense. They average only 336 a game. Your Miami Hurricanes are 560.8. They're number 1 in ACC and pretty much the land.
What was the score at halftime last week?
17-7.
All right, against the worst offense, right? So I mean, again, like there's statistically that it's like Duke's offense a little bit better, but I mean, started a little bit last week.
Yeah,
I mean,
Duke's offense
Duke
is a little bit
barely
better than
beat-
Florida State.
Duke, a little bit. They barely beat FSU. It was 23-16 or 21-16 or whatever stupid number it was. They don't score a lot of points. Now, Miami's defense has been very prolific with allowing teams to score a lot of points. But what I'm saying is Duke's offense in comparison to Louisville or who else did we play? Even
Cal.
Vatek, honestly, and that scheme, they're not nearly as good. They are they're comparable. They're better than FSU, but they're closer to FSU than they are anyone else that we've played.
The thing that's hurting Miami right now is the fact that in conference, okay? Now, when you look at it in total, University of Miami scoring defense is okay. We're like top 5, top 3 in the ACC. But when you focus on just ACC opponents, that's when we drop to hot garbage. We're 15th out of 17th. We're giving up 32.8 points a game against conference opponents in 2024. So we've had to win via shootouts. And Toast, why am I not worried about that Butch/Manny, kind of photo op? Is okay. Cam Ward, I joked at it. He's not going to be high, but it's Cam Ward. It's Cam Ward. And he ultimately gives you the opportunity to win every game you step on the field against any opponent because he's that guy. And even when we didn't even need him last week because they were like, yeah, we're not going to give up big plays. We're going to limit your time of possessions. We're going to snap the ball with 2 seconds. It doesn't matter. We have a run game that, listen, this is what we needed. We needed this. We knew eventually somebody was going to go ahead and try to limit Cam Ward, and we can run a team out of the building. We can still run Duke out of the building too. Come on now. It wasn't too long ago where he gave up 778 yards at home against North Carolina. They're still running. Mac Brown's still running on Manny Diaz. I mean, and Manny Diaz he's not going to change all of his spots now. And his rush defense in conference is not good. I mean, as good as things are right now, I'm going to give you the actual real time as it sits right now. Rush defense, hot garbage. They're third last in the conference. They give up over 160 yards a game on the ground. You want us to run on you? So I give you that. You got Cam toast, and you got and Duke's rushing defense is not good. And the only way you're going to go ahead and take a rush defense that bad and do it, you got to sell out against the run. Good luck, because then now you have Cam Ward who can go ahead and dice you up. So have fun with that.
All right. Well, so on the other side, Mario obviously is an alum. He understands Manny's role in this universe. He understands that he replaced him. He understands all of that. Is this a situation where Mario's going to want to be like, yeah, no, I'm going to FSU you. I want to freaking just pound it down. No, sorry, Cam. I mean, I understand this might hurt it again, but I want to rush for 300 yards on this. I want to pound it. I want his defense to not be able to stop me and be on the field for 7 minutes at a time.
Yeah, he could.
We're getting into my keys. I personally think Duke is going to try to stop Cam. And I think Mario's going to, and the Hurricanes are going to run all over them on Saturday. I believe it's going to be I think it's going to be a very similar game what we saw last week against FSU. FSU very close to popping a few of those runs. I believe you're going to see 2, maybe 3 of those pop for big plays. They're going to be selling out. They're very aggressive. Those gaps they're going to miss the integrity in the gaps. They're going to blow them open, and they're going to be gone. So, I think so. I think it's going to be a run fest.
And who was our famous OBB alumni who came on? He calls pretty much every big game in college football. And what was he saying about how University of Miami hasn't historically had problems winning games, but they have had historical problems winning games late? Who was that OBB alumni? Who said that? Who said that again?
Chris Fowler said
that. Chris Fowler said that. And in part, you want to know why? Because you might have been a little too finesse back then, or you didn't have a running game that could travel. Now you have a running game that can travel. And I know you're home, but when I say travel, it's proverbial travel. Like it could go to cold weather. It could, when your quarterback's off, all weather. I'm talking about these are all weather tires. And Damian Martinez now is getting hot. He's getting hot. Last 2 weeks, he's getting hot, right? And at first, I think maybe because Fletcher coming back, maybe that was like, hey, maybe we were planning on maybe Fletcher not coming back, and Martinez probably saw the opportunity to be the bell cow. But I think it's benefiting us, and especially when you're looking to go into playoffs and you could potentially play 4 playoff games. We're hoping to get a bye, but you could play 4 playoff games. You need running backs who are fresh at the end of the year. So seeing Damian Martinez hop late, could be a huge storyline coming up at the end of the season.
We're running the table, bro. Come on.
Let's go.
Come on.
We're running Duke out of the building on Saturday.
We're closing this thing out, and we'll say, well, roll the dice and see what happens in the ACC title game. Somehow, ACC power rankings still have Clemson as number 1. Whatever.
Hey, look, I've seen them play numerous times after that Georgia game.
Mm-hmm.
They look very good.
No, they do look good. They do
look really good. So
Josh Pate had Clemson
really
ranked ahead of us.
With it.
Yeah, Josh Pate has Clemson ranked ahead of us right now.
I got you. I was watching the some of the ACC network, and was it that Packer guy? They were talking about Mario's ending of the press conference with them.
Boom.
Talking about the trajectory of the state of Florida. Good stuff. They were loving it. Just slamming the ring on the table like that on the podium.
Well, that was his shoe on the other foot moment. He goes, yeah, no, just the shoe will be on the other foot. And he just wanted to let you know that the shoe was now on his foot, and that foot just went up your ass. So that's what that was.
We got Mr. Tony came back, brief, few weeks away, came back home.
Mr.
The Heritage wide receiver.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. He reclassified
Yeah.
And listen,
to 25.
when you're that
I'm
good
not
at
sure how
recruiting,
all that went down, but welcome back.
yeah, when you're that good at recruiting, you flip your own recruits.
I mean,
You do.
the guy decommitted 2 weeks ago.
It was
He reclassifies and then recommits. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
it was
He's
very
good, though.
cool
He's good.
to see Camden Portis
That's
getting
pretty
that photo with Mario. He is committed. I think underrated when you look at all the schools that were targeting him. I think you're probably going to see him get bumped up to a 4-star at some point during this year, but we'll see. But yeah, that's very, very cool. The legacy coming to Miami.
And what I like about his attitude and what I've seen from him online is he does not want to be, not associated, but he does not want to be compared to his father.
Right.
Which means that he's going to come here with a chip on his shoulder to prove that he's his own person. And when you're there to do that, you tend to be a lot better than you should be normally. Like, I think he's going to be super productive.
I think it's time for the keys to the game.
Yeah, we do that right now. Let's go, baby.
I think
Good.
Scoop actually show prep this week. He keeps
Oh, he
alluding
did
to my
not.
keys to the game. No, I'm dead serious. He's mentioned it twice already. I'm paying attention to the room. I'm reading the room.
Are you?
Really? All right, Scoop.
Yeah.
I'm not going first.
Oh, no, this is not good.
Okay, I'll go first. I don't really care. I didn't prep at all, but I will say this. Key to the game, run it down their throat.
Mhm.
I think you're going to, I think Manny is going to be, he needs to prove something to himself. He's got the corners, or so he thinks. Rose told you that they're exotic. They're definitely capable on the outside. So they're going to try to shut down your guys one-on-one. They're going to play a bunch of man. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to run a bunch of stuff. And we need to be able to just gap them to death, just like we did Florida State. And he already told you their linebackers aren't any good. So make the linebackers have to cover and play in space a little bit. Run it down their throat. That's it. Toast said 300. I think it's a bit much. 250 would be fine. They ran for 230 against FSU. Let's put up 250. I think a couple of those runs pop. Secondly, Cam just needs to be patient. I think Cam needs to be patient here. You're going to take negative plays. Absolutely. You're going to have probably more negative plays than you had against FSU. And you had a number of sacks. 4 sacks?
4 sacks.
Right there, 4 sacks. Some negative plays, definitely some tackles for loss. You're going to have probably more against Duke than you had against FSU, and you're going to have to be patient. It will come. Just understand that they're going to catch you on some stuff with numbers, and there's not much you can do about it. And thirdly, I'll say this again. I don't think that it's necessarily going to be an issue or a problem, but Mr. Borgalis, just keep making everything you kick. Because eventually it's going to come down to that, I think. I need all the kickoffs in the end zone. And I need you to make every kick like you always do. Those are my 3 keys.
Thank you, Scoop.
You're welcome.
You are right,
Go,
Toast.
bro. All right, you want me to go? All right, all right.
He's not ready. Look at him. He didn't do any show prep.
I'm
Who,
not
me?
ready.
He's not
Okay.
ready.
You go ahead, bro.
No,
All
Toast isn't ready.
I got 3. I can do 3. If you can pull them out of your ass, I can pull them out of
I
my
do every
ass.
week. Thank you.
For
All right,
6
I'll go.
years.
I'll go. Key number 1 for me. It's moves like Jagger. I got those moves
my
like
God, I
Jagger.
forgot he
got those
did it
moves
already.
Like Jagger.
Oh.
Yes, I already did. So listen, in order for Manny Diaz to be a tackle for loss machine, there's going to be part of the field that he needs to occupy to have those tackles for loss. You know where he needs to live. So double move. It's perfect. SMU did one, a little shake and bake to the house, little slow go. This is a perfect week for your Philly specials, your end arounds, your double moves. All my flow bait brings all the fishies to the yard. You know it. He's going to fall for it. He's aggressive. It's in his DNA. Have your moves like Jagger, catch him on some double moves, and your big plays will come. Number 2, we are men. We're men in tights. It's a perfect opportunity for your tight ends this week. I feel like they're a little stiff in the linebacker room. If you could get them on first down coming downhill, sneak your linebacker on a little leak. Just get them out into the flats. Rhett Lashley and SMU had lots of success with their tight ends into the flats. I think the University of Miami can replicate that and pay attention to the right hand because it's you fired. That was the last thing Manny Diaz heard when he was on the campus at Coral Gables. Now, Florida State, by rivalry, by design, they didn't do their job. They came in with the jersey as a rivalry, but their offense, well, they left that back in Tallahassee. Now, part 2 to that, just use the rivalry because this team is a lot more formidable than the Florida State team. Do not let the Duke Blue Devils have that chip on their shoulder. Do not let them come to Coral Gables on a 12 o'clock and be the team that's more motivated to beat your coach. Play spirited for your coach and remind him why he got fired. You fired. And those are my 3 keys to the game.
All right. My 3 keys, pretty simple. First one, they're leading the way in turnovers. Do not turn this thing over, man. Have a clean game. Let's have a clean one. All these games would be clean going in. Secondly, Cam, you're in a situation where it's 3rd and long, I don't know, like 3rd 15, 3rd and 17, something like that. There'll be someone open. Don't worry. Just look around. It's a Manny Diaz defense. There will be someone open, usually right around the middle of the field. Just you'll be able to convert that long 3rd and 15, 17. It's not an issue there. The 3rd key to the game is, this one's pretty simple. Do not fucking lose to Manny Diaz.
I like it.
All right, we got IP Daily coming up, but first we got to talk about our people on Bange's head. On Scoop's
Hey,
head.
I'm Bange's head. Hey, I'm Paul Bange.
Hey, bro, I did the student of the game scout team. I added my pretty mug on the bottom left, and somebody asked me, "Are you Paul Bange?" I'm like, "Are you the Joan Wilder?" No, I'm not Paul Bange, but I know who is Paul Bange, and I know how you get a hold of him. It's 981-ROOF, 561-954-305. It does not matter. It is blue tarp season. It is always blue tarp season here in South Florida, and you need a roofer like you need, I don't know, like air to breathe. It's going to happen. You're going to get a leak. Drip, drip, drip. And it's the bad kind of drip. Call Paul Bange. Who do you call? Who do you call? Scoop, tell me.
Well, I'm Paul.
And what do you do with Paul?
You give me a call. You give me a call. I'm Paul.
Paul Bange Roofing, huge Miami Hurricane fans. If you got a leaky roof, they're Florida State fans too. I've heard him say it. Anyway, 561-954-305, 981-ROOF. You know the number. And as always, Bange.
MiamiHTS.com. That's Hurricane Team Store. You can use promo code OBB24 either online, where they have a crazy selection of everything, or if you're in the Coral Gables area, stop by the store right there across from campus, and you can still use that same promo code OBB24 and get yourself 20% off. But if you need to gear up, MiamiHTS.com. Also, Manscaped.com. While you're perusing, take care of your testicles. They'll love you for it. Promo code OBB will get you 20% off all of your testicular creams that you need to make them smell glorious for your lovely someone else.
Bange. I don't know. It just seemed
Let's
like
not
it fit
follow
there.
testicular creams with Bange.
Balls.
I don't know if they want any association there.
Balls.
Balls.
Meanwhile, I think Scoop was teasing us before we started the pod that maybe our friend BTB is going to have some 5-unit max plays coming up.
I think I saw him posted on Twitter. I think
Okay.
that he had a 5-unit max play for Saturday and possibly Sunday. He is 3-1 this year, college football max plays, and he is 4-0 the last 2 weeks on his free plays on this show. So if you're only listening to this show, then that's the only thing you play. You're making money. Don't
You're
play
up 4
anything
units.
else if you don't want to. Just listen to the boys. We'll get you some free money, and you listen next week, we'll get you some more free money. But if you do want to play other stuff, beatingthebookie.com is where you get the packages. NHL. Baseball's over with, thank God. College football, NFL, basketball's back. That's NBA stuff. And soon to be college hoops right around the corner. And we've told you many, many, many times, hockey, don't sell yourself short on hockey. Get in and make your money. It's the most profitable sport. At Beating the Bookie, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. That's where he gives free plays. And he's a pretty funny Paulo, too. Do it.
Pretty funny Paulo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful.
He's a funny Paulo.
I believe
Paulo
we have
Creed?
Funny Paulo.
He's a Paulo Creed.
Listen, with big wireless providers, what you see is never what you get. Somewhere between the store and your first month's bill, the price you thought you were paying magically skyrockets. With Mint Mobile, you'll never have to worry about the gotchas again. When Mint Mobile says $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan, they actually mean it. Listen, we've all seen it before. They say one thing and they do another. Oh, you have to have 4 lines or 5 lines or 6 lines. No. None of that stuff with Mint Mobile. Here's the deal. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/OBB. That's mintmobile.com/OBB. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/OBB. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower than 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. I believe we have
Cream?
IP Daily.
IPA. We've got IPA.
Something like that, yeah. He is breaking down the FSU game and I guess the state of football in the state of Florida.
I'm IP Daily with my stream of consciousness. Dateline Miami, Florida, where the present state of Sunshine State College football is a travesty. The Hurricanes put their stamp on the state championship by methodically fisting the Florida State Seminoles to finish with a 4-0 record in the competition. But as great as the Canes are, the rest of Florida's FBS teams are a flaming bag of poo on the doorstep of this great state. And the poster child for that stinkfest? FS Poo. In fact, it was such a painful fisting Saturday night that even alums of the Florida State College for Women were walking funny the next morning. I live next to a couple of those old bats, and let me tell you, they were hot Saturday night. In fact, Eileen in 3A is so pissed that she has removed Mike Norvell from her hall pass list. Don't worry, Mike. Everyone around here knows all you have to do is throw her a couple Brandy Alexanders and she'll no longer be unconquered. Elsewhere, Hate Night fans, how are you enjoying facing P4 teams every week instead of twice a year? You went from being a small town 9 to a big city 5. In Bulls fans, I seem to remember some of you chirping about being the G5 playoff representative this year. Instead, you were the salami on a Cuban sandwich. Nasty. FAU was hoping to follow the Lane train with the Tom train, but that has derailed and caused injuries. And Pitbull probably wants his money back from FIU. Did I miss anyone? Nope. I think that's it. And now for my Florida Prostate Power 3. The undefeated Canes at 1, the undefeated Canes at 2, and the undefeated Canes at 3. Until next time, I'm IP Daily saying Florida State is 1-7 because karma has a sense of humor and God exists.
He's a believer.
He sure is.
All right, IP.
All right.
Man, that peeing sound was louder this week. I was like,
It was.
damn,
It was
shut
right,
the door,
It
IP.
was
It's
right
like,
next to that
peed in my ear.
ding-dong thing.
he's peed in my ear.
All right.
Damn, IP.
I felt I was choking.
Really. That's
The other big
What is that? What is that called?
Tetany?
I don't know.
the what?
Nothing.
Tinnitus?
The other
Nothing
big
important.
story this week
Nothing important.
locally. And first of all, Jenners, I was glad to see that it was not you outside on the balcony of the Four Seasons yesterday. That was, for a second, I was worried. I'm like, oh, damn.
What has he done?
Who's doing the show tomorrow?
Is he going to be available at 9:30 when everyone decides to come to the table?
I'm like, thank God they moved that office to the suburbs. He's safe. So we got Dwayne Wade statue. I don't know where to. He seems to be having the sculptor's back because he's a nice person, but bro,
No.
Oh my God.
it's so bad.
Listen, I don't know what they need to do, but whoever made Ed Reed's bus, right? That's who makes every person's statue from here until eternity, until he meets his maker. Because how do you go from like an Ed Reed? That is the most flawless like statue I've ever seen in all time. That is a 10. That belongs on the Greek gods. Like that is like on Mount Olympus. And then you have that. I said that statue keeps little kids up at night screaming in their bed. Because that thing is hideous. Hideous. The worst statue.
That's the worst thing I've ever seen.
I think so. It's not even
And,
close.
and the guy came out today and said nobody could do it better.
Oh,
Like that
and he
was
doubles
the
down.
best I could have done, and nobody can do it better. What?
No.
I mean, they could have just put a banner of him outside the stadium, and it just whatever.
So
I
here's
mean,
my
100
question.
years from now, 100 years from now, some
don't
kid's going to
understand.
see that statue at some new Miami Heat arena. Dwayne Wade is way gone. He's going to see it, and then he's going to see like a old school video of Dwayne Wade. Like, this is my house. He's like, that's not the same guy. It's
The
like
best one
that's
I
supposed
saw,
to
look, it's good-
immortalize you.
It's good for memes. The best one I
Mhm.
saw was the photo of him under the basket
Yes.
and LeBron dunking, and
Yeah,
they put
that
the
was
They
awesome.
statue
superimpose
face
his
on.
face.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What?
The number one quote I've seen who it looks like Morpheus from
Yeah,
the Matrix.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Lawrence Fishburne
100%, yes.
passing a kidney stone.
Right.
That's what it looks like. It's just like
So are we not? And listen, I like the concept of statues, but the Cristiano Ronaldo one, which was horrible, like his eyes are not even level. But don't we have the technology where we could just get a 3D printer to print these statues like from a scan and they look exact?
Toast. We have rockets we catch from space.
Got you with
It's
sticks,
like-
with chopsticks.
Sticks. And we can't figure out
This is-
statues.
thi-
we
this
can't figure
is
out
something-
traffic lights. We
This
can't
is
figure
something
out.
we have to be honest about. This is a profession that AI should take over.
Yes. Yeah.
No, sorry.
Sorry
humans.
for the sculptors. You're
Mhm.
not.
He ruined
you're
it
not
for everybody.
Michelangelo.
No, you're not Van Gogh.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you.
Or Donatello.
but you suck
whatever.
at your
How
job.
about Raphael or Leonardo?
Da Vinci?
Yeah, the only one that should be doing this, Rose Wright, is the guy that did Ed Reeves. That thing's iconic. Phenomenal.
That is the best thing I've
Isn't
ever
this the
seen.
same
in my
guy
life.
who does all the busts though?
I'm not sure. But if then
I
he
mean,
needs
it's not
to
like
be the only one that does
own
it.
bust creator.
Yeah.
Busted.
no, but the NFL busts are all pretty.
They're all
right
primo.
on.
Yeah, they
They're
don't
all
have any
pretty right on.
mistakes. Yeah.
They've got it down to a science 'cause they
probably
do it.
proprietary though. Like they probably don't let them work for anybody else.
I'm guessing. Everyone else is
So
screwed.
Dwayne Wade is stuck with this guy.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Dwayne
this
Wade has this
And
guy.
he doubles.
He's
he
got nubs
doubles
for
down
hands
on
and no eyes.
I
He's
mean,
like,
isn't that the
I made a
worst, too?
statue.
Here's the crazy part: the people that pulled that curtain back had seen it.
Here's the thing. Pat Riley had seen it. Dude, this dude is like, that
Dwayne
organization
Wade
is,
approved it.
yeah.
Oh, he had seen
There's
it prior.
pictures. There's
Dwayne
No,
Wade
pictures
yeah,
on,
there's pictures of him
pictures
with
on
the-
D
yeah.
Wade's Instagram of him
Mhm.
while they're sculpting the face, like
Yeah.
checking it out, looking at
Yeah.
it. He gave
See,
it.
exactly as it looks now. Yeah.
That's going to.
I think
the
a little less of him. I gotta be honest with you.
It's supposed to immortalize you.
Hold on,
You,
question.
not Dave Wade, not Brian Wade,
Wade
not
Jones.
Morpheus Wade. It's Dwayne Wade, and that's not Dwayne Wade.
Here's the
It's not.
thing.
Wade
There's no way
Jones.
that dude looking like that lands Gabrielle Union.
Who Lawrence
Oh,
Fishburne
yeah,
being
that's true.
boiled in
Yeah, that's
oil?
true.
No, it's not. He does not
No,
land.
he
He
does
does
not land.
Toast wins
Gabrielle
the argument.
Union,
A
yeah.
guy looks like that is not pulling Gabrielle
No,
Union.
he's
1,000%. Oh my goodness!
All right. Jenner's take over, my man.
All right. Well, we got some audio to get to this week. You guys mentioned what? You got another one? Go for
Oh,
it.
Rose just, yeah. Come on,
It's
Rob.
like it's not Lincoln Park. It's Lincoln Dark. No, I'm sorry. Scoop
Wow.
knows. Scoop
Wow.
knows.
Too far.
All right.
It's not good.
Just look
My
behind you.
goodness, I
There's the
never laughed
line.
so hard in my life.
Not good.
Not a
I
show
can't
title.
share it.
No, I started to type and went, no.
Yeah, no, not a show.
No, no,
title.
no.
My fingers
No.
were like canceled.
It's just
canceled.
not the same. It's
Your
just a
hit
letter
fingers are
off.
like
That's
Dwayne
all I'm
Wade's in
saying.
that statue.
Oh,
Yeah, you're like having a
It's not the
spaz.
same. It's
Oh
not
my
the
god.
same.
All right.
All right. Well, you guys
my
mentioned that Miami got screwed out of a night game. Lane Kiffin was talking to the media this week, and was revealed to him that his team's also getting kind of screwed out of some night games, and he decides to call out LSU
Oh
for
boy.
it.
And they just announced November 9th kickoffs, 2:30 for y'all against Georgia. So you got 2 morning, 2 afternoon kicks left.
So who win at night? LSU gets to play at night again, I guess. Shocker. So that's 2 for 2 for them. It is an advantage. I feel bad for our fans, to not have one night conference game.
So he's a little pissed.
Should
I mean,
be.
not one
Just
night
like-
conference game. You're Ole Miss, and you've been in like the top 10 all year.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is
I would be
crazy.
a little pissed.
Mhm.
I'd be a little pissed. And they favor LSU. And
Should
Brian
be
Kelly
pissed
killed
at
the kid.
Manny. He should be.
Why should he
Manny's
be pissed at Manny? It's always Manny's fault.
It's always Manny's fault. All right, well, let's do the Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah.
From the Commanders game.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a great call on TV. But have you heard the radio call?
Yeah.
This is Big 100 in Washington, D.C. All of these guys might be dead.
They bring 3. Daniels backing up. He's just going to have to let one fly. Goes to the right side. Steps away from the defenders. Gives himself some time. Now steps up, fires. Heads towards the end zone. It is...
Just like a grand slam in the ninth inning of a World Series. Yes, go, baby!
The ball popped up into the air, right into the arms of Noah Brown. Jaden Daniels extended the play over and over and over.
Damn. Now, my
That was
first
a fault. They all might be dead.
I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, come on, it's a Hail Mary as a catch. I know it's a cool play. And then I was like, no, just carry on. Because it was like me, Toast, and Scoop were watching a watch along, and that happened.
That was my first thought.
You know, oh my,
We'd be
I'd
doing
be
the
running
same
around
thing.
streaking. Let's go streaking. I don't know. Boys will be boys. I don't
didn't
know.
listen to the whole thing the first time I listened to that, though. That's pretty extensive.
Damn. Yeah, exactly. Damn.
Listen, it
on
was
for a long time.
Listen, it was our boy that got lit up on that one, Tyreek.
Yeah, he was
Sitting there celebrating beforehand and not paying attention.
Footsies with the pans there.
And then he's the one that tapped the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It serves you right. It serves you right. You want to know, what caused that? You know why the Commander, it's so hard to call them the Commanders. You know what caused the command? You rush 3. I'm rushing 5. There's no way I'm going to give him that much time to just run around and just rush 5 because there's like 2 people on the field who never do anything anyways in the back of the end zone. So just bring pressure next time. You guys are idiots. I would not rush 3 when it's a Hail Mary situation. That's what causes it all. I'm just telling you. The defensive coordinators need to figure that out. I would never rush 3 in a situation where somebody needs to do a Hail Mary. I'm coming with 5. I still got 6 back there. I'm not giving them all the time in the world. No way. Mm-mm.
Jaden Dale's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? The NFL has a problem. And I saw a stat. So many of these kids, they're kids. I mean, they're grown men. They're making paychecks, but like 23, 22, 21. Their NFL quarterback days as a starter already seem over. If you look at some of these guys and their ages, and they've already moved on from them. Look at Carolina. Look at
Anthony Richardson is 22.
Anthony Richardson. Yeah, 22.
Well,
I mean, they're already moving on. Joe Flacco gets a
poorly
new
about
gig
Anthony
every year.
Richardson, but I mean, like they did him dirty. You know what I mean? Like you watched his college games. I understand he's got talent, but I watched college games that he was at Florida, and his career percentage was 54% completion percentage. Like, what are we?
Who did
doing?
wrong by him? Who you say? You blaming the Colts?
Yeah,
I'm blaming his family. Who the hell told him to leave Florida? Who the hell convinced him? I understand that he cashed in being the number 4, but who convinced him that he was going to go high
because of his athleticism?
All right, so you're going to get paid, but you're going to suck.
And he's a nice guy. He's
Well,
very
I
nice
gotcha.
guy.
I think if I'm his family,
I've never seen a quarterback tap out in my entire life.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Let me give you the audio. Let me give you the audio real quick.
All right.
I have the audio. Here's what happened.
Man, tired. I ain't gonna lie. That was a lot of running right there, what I did, and I don't think I was gonna be able to go that next play. So I just, just told saying I just needed a break right there.
He was tired.
You can't say that.
I've never seen that from a quarterback.
I understand. No, never. You were.
But you know who went in?
Like you have to
75.
lie. You have to lie in that situation.
He was too tired, so they put a senior citizen in.
Yeah, you got to lie.
You can't tell the truth there.
No,
it was an uncomfortable enough tackle that you could have made something up. I felt a little something off in my knee. I didn't want to risk that until I had somebody look at. Make up anything.
Listen,
other than I was tired because I ran around a lot.
My 13-year-old son's already figured this out. He played his first year ever of organized tackle football for his middle school. He was the Mike linebacker and a slot receiver, and he played on every special teams. I go, hey, buddy, I saw you go down. Like, they were checking on your knee. He goes, Dad, I'm not going to lie. I was tired, but my knee was fine, but I just told him my knee just felt I needed to catch it. At least he was smart enough to fake an injury. He's like, it really didn't hurt that bad, Dad.
Frank
But
was 13.
He's 13. You don't come out, hey, I'm tired.
What are we doing?
Hey, yeah, I felt something. My knee, it didn't feel right. I needed a play or two to kind of get that. You don't say, I was tired.
You have to lie there.
Now he's benched
for the rest of the season, but they haven't moved on from him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So him and Bryce Young. Well, Bryce is getting the start again.
See, I didn't like Bryce
because
Young.
Andy Dalton hurt.
I'm going to be honest. I wasn't a Tua fan, and I definitely didn't like Bryce Young. So that's just me. Anyway, I went. And Anthony Richardson, for what Toast alluded to as a GM, why am I ever going to give that much money to somebody who's a 53% completion percentage guy in the actual NFL in college when it's a lot easier to get a higher completion percentage?
Well, here's the thing, bro. Like you can make, like he could have made 7 figures at Florida. He could have made $1 million at Florida.
But if it's the highest thing, I would have told him to, though. So like this is his highest cash out. Toast. This is his highest.
Well,
cash
no,
out.
not if he, dude. If he goes back to Florida and he can throw for 60% and improve his touchdown to intercept, then he's still going to go top 5.
Where did he go anyways?
He went 4.
Yeah, so that was top 5. So
right, but he went a year early. Now he's going to suck. His career's over. Like he's the biggest first round bust ever. Like it's
I don't know.
He's Jamarcus Russell.
Sam Darnold. All of a sudden,
I love the Jamarcus Russell story where they're like, "Hey, did you study your playbook?" And they knew he wasn't studying his playbook, and they sent him home with a blank playbook, and he said he studied it.
Oh God, yeah, whatever,
he didn't open it. Oh, that's amazing.
To me, and listen, we've seen it from the Canes, guys leaving early that never should have left early. But in this day and age now of NIL, especially at a Power 4, where you know that NIL can be in the 7 figures, there is zero reason to risk a 15-year career because you want to get there a year early and you flame out because you didn't have the experience. 15 starts, bro. 53% completion. Like who thought this was going to work out well?
I blame Indianapolis Colts.
I blame everybody. His handlers, the Colts, everybody. The GM. Yeah, there's got to be an idiot GM that does it, but man.
Only takes one.
Whatever. I hope he's smart with that one paycheck because that was it.
All right, one more piece of audio. Let's do Trayvon Diggs, who got into it with a reporter after the Cowboys 49ers game, carrying on the tradition of Cowboys personnel going after the media. He decided to go after this guy who posted about him missing a pretty key tackle on George Kittle that got him down the sideline. Dude confronts him in front of all the other members of the media, and it ends with a little thing at the end. Might be tough to hear, but listen to the last line.
Out of that whole play, that's what you took from that? You don't know football. You can't do nothing that I do. You can't go out there and do nothing. Stay in your lane, buddy. Stop playing me, bro.
Just asking a question, Trayvon. I mean, I'm happy to have you answer the question.
Out of that whole play, that's what you took for that? That's what you got from that whole play, that's what you got from that?
I'm asking you. We can talk about it more. What were you doing then?
Did you hear him at the end?
Talk about
on the way out, we can talk about it now. Talk about these nuts. It's the locker room.
We can talk about it more. What were you doing then?
I mean, yeah.
Churlish.
I don't know. I don't know.
Manscaped promo code.
I don't know. I don't know though.
Talk about these nuts.
So he's literally trying to confront him about the missed tackle. That's not something usually you hear from the media. Hey, can you talk about the missed tackle? So that's kind of like, I don't know. That's a little
right. But
pressing.
Bro, this is the Cowboys. They're an utter disappointment again. Their media is going to be tougher than dude, this is like being on the Yankees. Like this is like you're going to get those. You're the Cowboys, and you guys are a dumpster fire again. You're going to get all the shade, all the questions you don't want to answer. Because it gets play on ESPN. We're talking about it.
No, I know, but still, it's not like listen, we've been associated with the media down here for years and years and years, and we've heard all the media questions for years and years and years. When have you ever heard one of our, and I know it's college and it depends. Hey, Kiko, you missed that really pivotal tackle on that last play there. You want to talk about that tackle? I mean, it's I don't know, it's a little lowbrow to me. It really is. The response is the response. I get it. You talk about these nuts. I think that's funny, but yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, that's out of all the ones that are like, hey, listen, I'm not going to answer that question, man. Are you out there trying to make that tackle? Are you trying to make that tackle? No, it's not you trying to make that tackle. Have you ever try to play at this level at that league? Did you? Okay. Sit this one out. Ask me a new question. I mean, I'm going to be confrontational about that too. I'm going to be honest. I almost think like with the quarterbacks throwing interceptions, I think that's always been fair game, right? You would think about that. Hey, the quarterback throws. Hey, on that one interception, what was it? Hey, they did the cover 3 and then they buzzed and then they came over flat and I said it and just ball got away from me. Whatever. I think that's fair game. But I've never heard of. Hey, you missed that tackle. I don't know. It's weird.
All right, what's next?
Before we do pick'ems, last thing. The jersey swap of the week goes to the Iowa Hawkeyes. I have the picture. I'll happily share it with you guys on social if you want. This is fullback number 88, Hayden Large, defensive lineman number 94, Yaya Black, and running back number 2, Caleb Johnson. Swap jerseys to hold them up in order to say Large, Black, Johnson. Well done, boys.
That's just boys being boys, man.
That's all that is,
boys. That's
Just
all
like
that is.
just like
Good
a
for them.
just like
And
a Hail Mary being completed.
Wonder why? Yeah, you wonder why. A lot of guys, when they retire, they say, "What do they miss the most? They miss the locker room the most."
Of course,
yeah, that kind of stuff is why.
Yeah, my line of work, we miss the kitchen table. We don't miss the job. We miss the kitchen table all day long.
If anything, said it took them 8 games into the season to realize they could do that.
Right.
If anything, that's kind of a bit of a miss on their part.
Yeah.
All right, do some pick'ems. How did we do last week?
Oh, this is interesting. Check this out.
Oh boy.
Toast went 5-2. Scoop and Roll both went 1-6.
Well.
So we now have a tie for first place. Toast and Scoop, 33-29 on the season, and Rowe is only 3 games back, 30-32.
Look at how it tightens up.
Very nice.
All right.
Fight like a tiger.
Let's roll this out. 7 picks. Number 1, I'm pretty much guessing this is the game of the week. It is the noon start. Insane that 3 versus 4 is at noon. But Ohio State at Penn State. Ohio State giving 3.5.
Why is that not a night game?
OH.
Whiteout.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Because Fox's, with their contract, their number 1 slot is the noon slot on Saturday. That's their number 1 broadcast window.
Idiots.
So we're not going to move.
It is
so
what
we're
it
not
is,
going to
but yeah.
move. The University of Miami is 5, right? So Penn State's going to lose. Well, at least I'm picking OH to beat them. They're going to lose. Ohio State's going to jump us because of that, and then Penn State's going to
Ohio
jump
State's
back out.
4.
Ohio State's already 4.
Oh, so
They're
they
already in
already
front
jumped.
of
Oh,
us,
so we
yeah.
could jump down to 4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. OH.
What a God, that's so poor. Like a whiteout at Penn State at night. Like, come on. There's not much
who you
better.
taking?
That's a top 5.
Oh,
OH.
Yeah.
You're both taking OH?
Yeah.
I'm taking OH as well. Just not because I want to, because I can't take the pedophile
Pedophile
state.
State. I was going to say.
Next
I was
game.
waiting to throw that hex on you.
I know you were.
Ricky Bobby.
Number 1, Oregon, who has been looking the part at Michigan, 3:30 on CBS. Oregon giving 14.5. The defending national champs are a shell of themselves.
They're awful.
Almost as bad as FSU, but not quite.
They're close.
They're close.
I'm going with the Ducks. Quack, quack.
Give me Michigan to keep it close, but Oregon wins.
I'm going with
14
Big Blue as well.
14
Yeah, I'm going Big Blue as well to put on a little fight. Last big game of the year for them.
35-21 final score.
All right. Going over and above. Florida at number 2, Georgia. Last game in Jacksonville for a couple of years because they're going to be renovating that stadium. 3:30 ABC. Georgia giving 16.5.
Was that the beginning of the end when they said that they were no longer going to call that the largest world's largest cocktail party?
Yeah.
I think that was like the first one where you're like, really? We're not. And then everything became.
And then it all went. That's
It all-
right.
you gotta
That was
change
the
all
first
fun
one.
stuff,
That you
yeah.
were like, wait, why?
It's inappropriate.
What's going on? And then everything went to hell.
Okay.
So that's the start of the wokeness.
That was fun. I will tell you, that was fun going to those games. Actually, I never went to the games. I just went.
I always enjoyed the stadium. How it was one color one side, one color the other side,
Yep.
and Mark Richt storming the end zone. They still lost that game,
but they're so the patrons there are so different. I don't know if you guys have ever been to this game.
Yeah, they're
but
proper on one side, and they're
the Georgia girls who
sundresses
are in their dresses, and they've got their hair. And then you've got all the Florida girls who used to be in like short khaki shorts, and halter tops. And I mean, you're talking vastly different people. Go Dogs.
What's the line?
16.5.
Who cares?
Yeah, he's got foot on the throat on that. Roof.
Yeah, I got the Dogs as well. I think Florida's shot at a big upset was that Tennessee game. North Carolina at Florida State, 3:30 ACC Network, Channel 74.
Heels.
North Carolina giving 2.5.
Yeah.
I'm not picking.
I think
Florida
FSU
State.
wins this game.
You're an idiot. Mac Brown has never beaten FSU. You know that? Did you know that Mac Brown played for FSU?
I didn't. I know that now, but I saw that.
Mac Brown was a running back for FSU and has never beaten FSU as a
with
head
Burt
coach.
Reynolds.
That
was around the same time. And Lee Corso is his coach. What are we talking about? The replacements again too? All right. Yeah, I'm not picking on Florida State. No way. They've won me like 8 games this year. So let's actually
1-8.
All right.
Did you see Norvell said that their practice today was awful?
They should bring the squirt guns out again.
He looks like a shell himself. I mean, whatever.
Look, I mean, how can you keep up the face, right? It all ended when they didn't choose them to go to the playoffs and he put his head down. It was over
from that point on. And listen, Jimmy Sexton, I really think as an organization, if I'm a high up college person, and I know how these contracts work, and it's just like what the market's doing, right? This is just the going rate. But there's no way that I'm giving that much money to somebody without a Norvell clause from here out. Like, listen, you win less than 4 games, like you have incentivizations, like you can incentivize things for people. Like if you make the playoffs, you're going to get $2 million more. I'm cutting down your buyout if you win 2 games. I'm just no, you're not going to do this to me. You're not going to do a Norvell to me. And as a man, right, who's a head coach, who's probably an alpha in himself, he's got to bet on himself a little. Like, all right, give me the $10 million a year, and I'll bet on myself that I'm not going to lose more than 4. I'm not going to win less than 4 games. So yeah, I'm okay with that because I'm literally taking your buyout from 100 to like 50 million if you do this, or 50 to 20. There's no way. Mike Norvell has obliterated like that standard because of what he just did. He's got Florida State by the balls. There's nothing they could do. It would cost them so much money to get rid of the guy.
They fired Willie for so much less.
Oh, big time. And Toast has nailed it. They are one Jordan Travis away from being absolutely the most dog piss program in 7 years in Florida. And that we've ever seen in our history. Nobody's been that bad. We were bad when we were sanctioned. And Dan Lebitard screwed us. But that's what it.
We weren't racking up losing seasons like them, bro.
This is
like horrible. This is 5 of the last 7 now.
And you sit there and you want to talk about, wait until you guys lose Cam Ward because you're trying to play off the Jordan Travis thing. I promise you, we're not going to go 1-7 the following year. I promise you, next year we were not going to go 1-7.
Nope.
Okay.
No way.
1-8.
Yeah, 1-8.
All right. Next 2 games,
and then they've got Charleston Southern.
Yes.
Off they win.
So next 2 games should be fun. Too bad they're on at the same friggin' time. First, 7:30, Louisville at number 11, Clemson. That is on ESPN. Clemson giving 10.5.
Louisville. Keep it close. Clemson
Death Valley at night.
Ooh.
Clemson.
Louisville,
yeah, I'm
keep it
going
close.
Clemson.
I'm going to keep Louisville close.
All right. And then competing against them, number 18 Pitt at number 20 SMU. This kicks off a half hour later at 8 o'clock on ACC Network.
Who's giving?
SMU giving 7.5.
What?
Yeah,
I really wanted to go with the ponies. I don't think so.
I'm taking Pitt.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Pitt.
Yeah, SMU could win, but I think this is a close one.
I think Pitt wins that game.
Pitt.
I think Pitt's a lot better than 19 or 15, whatever they're at.
And they're undefeated.
I think they're pretty good. I'm glad
they have these same. Somebody just posted it. I think it was Dave Hyde from ESPN, or he does that ACC thing. He said they are identical, like FPI record, everything to Penn State, identical.
Okay.
And Penn State's what?
Really
3?
happy we don't play them.
Yeah. All right. Game of the week.
I'm happy we don't play anyone with a winning record.
Well, that's not happening this Saturday.
Oh.
High noon at the Rock, ESPN. Duke, Manny Diaz coming to town, take on your number 5 Miami Hurricanes. Miami is giving 21.5. The total is 54.5. I'm going to need a prediction and a score.
Wow.
Strangely, it's the same exact line as last week.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. We
Well,
covered by the
they
hook
are
last week.
as the Duke and FSU are very comparable teams.
Except for the
solid defense, not a very good offense. So they're very comparable, and they played each other tight 2 weeks ago. So I'm going to go something similar. I got Miami winning 38-20. I really don't know how they're going to get to 20, but 38-20.
I'm going Miami 34-10.
42-20. I think we get closer back to our scoring average.
All right, so we all have them covering.
I do not.
Or you do not.
I do.
Scoop's got them up by what, 18, 38-20.
Oh. Why do you hate them? Why are you not a fan?
Rose got us covering on the hook.
I know. We covered on the hook last week.
Look, 22 points, a lot of points.
I'm buying into
a lot of points
that their offense
against,
sucks, so 10 points.
Yeah, no, their offense sucks. There's no doubt about it. But it's Manny Diaz, and he wants this more than anything he's wanted since he left here.
And the thing is the leopard, and I agree with that, Scoop, and I know he wants it, but it's Manny Diaz. Okay. And if he like he had that comment this week, oh, I'm at peace with this. I've moved on. You know what, Manny? So have we.
So uncomfortable.
So have we. We've moved on. We moved on from you to get to where we are now. Where are we? We are in an undefeated season with way better recruiting classes, the talent acquisitions through the roof. We got a Heisman hopeful at quarterback. That's why we moved on and we're at peace too. So I'm at peace. But here's the thing. I watched that film. You're the same dude. You are so aggressive to a fault. To a fault, bro. You literally sit there and jump shit like it's crazy, and you're going to live by it and you're going to die by it. And I'm just telling you, because you're going to literally try to come out of your shoes and come out of your skin to want this game so bad. And I think University of Miami rebounds offensively. I think they do. I think they do. I think we could take advantage. I mean, for every great Manny Diaz defense, Toast alluded to it. There was a 3rd and 17 letdown against Florida State.
Always.
For every great Blake Baker game next year, 778 yards you gave up.
He's going to even
be
his
more
coaching.
aggressive.
He almost blew the FSU game. They almost lost that game.
If Miami avoids the tackles for loss on first down, because that's when he notoriously, even against SMU, that's when he's notoriously trying to come downhill. If Miami gets out of like minus territory on first down, Miami rolls this game to the score that I said. Miami rolls this game. You just got to avoid that first down tendency when he's going to pin his ears. I promise you. You do that, just double move the shit out of him, and then like he'll act like, and it'll wet noodle and get that lisp, and you shake his hand with a limp wrist, and you just walk off, and you remind everybody why you're in this position. But Miami, you cannot let that team be the more motivated team come 12 o'clock. You have to play this game like it's Florida State was supposed to be played, right? You played the uniform. You didn't play a great team. Now play a better team this week, but still play it like it's a rivalry, because it is kind of a rivalry, because that head coach makes it a rivalry for us. So you got to play that way.
Before we do naming of the I just forgot what I was going to say. Damn. Whatever. What do you want to name this thing?
I got one more thing. Did we get free plays?
Oh, yeah.
We got to get PCB's free
plays.
Hey, ho.
We're still in this segment.
All right, 4-0 the last 2 weeks. You knew that, right? USC minus 2.5. And SMU Pitt over 58.
They got good offenses.
Yeah, they both.
Lots of points.
Okay.
Very, very good. Very good. Very good. All right.
Centers.
What are we naming this thing?
Okay. The perfect worst possible scenario right out of the gate for Toast or for Scoop. Grandpa, after a few Viagras and a whiskey, is also very good. That's how stiff they are. The shoes on the other foot that went up your ass. Lawrence Fishburne boiled in oil. Eileen in 3A. I don't know why I wrote that down. Toit like a tiger. And shake his hand with a limp wrist.
I don't know. What are you boys feeling?
I mean, Eileen in 3A is pretty funny.
just so such a non sequitur.
So random.
That's why I wrote it down. I was like, what?
Eileen in 3A. All right.
Eileen in 3A.
Unconquered Eileen in 3A.
Eileen in 3A.
All right. Eileen in 3A.
I'm game with that.
Way to go, IP.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that. I love that shit. Your boys were up early, but now it's tied up.
Oh, yeah, no, the Dodgers hung 5, I think, in the 5th.
Oh, they did hang 5 in the 5th. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, we got 2 on right now. We got 2 on right now in the bottom, so we'll see.
All right.
I saw Freddie score. I don't know if he hit one. I don't think he hit one out, though.
What is it? Bottom? I can't do my eyes.
It's bottom of the 5th.
Bottom of 6.
Bottom of the 6, yeah.
Yankees.
So, yeah, Freddie
nobody
singled.
out.
Freddie singled and drove in 2 runs.
He's going to
the best sign of the series
he'll
was,
walk it
was
off
the
with the ring
Yankees.
tonight.
Was the Yankees fans go, please, Freddie, stop.
Please, Freddie, stop.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we didn't talk about those 2 Goombas, too, from game 4.
Oh, my God, those 2 idiots with the ball out of
Pulling
Mookie's
the ball out
glove.
of Mookie's glove?
Like,
Jesus,
he grabbed his
It's not that it's
hand,
hard.
though,
Right?
The other one, like
Mookie hits balls. He's a vegan. You can just rip it out of his hand. He's not.
That's Yankee fans. They did it against the Orioles back in the day with the kid. It's like, Bartman gets exiled, but Yankee fans are allowed to get away with this crap because they're bad people.
He's back next week.
they are bad.
ESPN wrote up a story on the guy.
people.
Like Eagles.
ESPN wrote up a story on the guy.
I know. It's insane.
Everyone's like, oh, he was great. We talked to him at a bar. What a nice guy. And it's like, what are you talking about?
It's freaking insane. He's a criminal. He should be arrested.
No, he shouldn't be arrested.
He should be banned from Yankees games for life.
Yes, he should never be able to
That's
go
still
to
a Red
Hurricanes
Sox
football
at
game
heart.
ever
Mookie
again.
Betts is a Red Sox at heart. So you ripped that ball right from his hands.
Next time we go play Rutgers, they can't come to the game.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. As always, go. Oh, wait, hold on. We're doing a stream Saturday at noon.
Hey, I'll be there for that one.
There you go. There you go. At least me and Ro will.
Subject to call.
I'm going to the game.
Yeah. I won't be.
As always,
I'll be there.
go Canes.
Yo, Page.